Hey there, this is Ted Cantu with the Miracle Mindshift, and I want to welcome you today to day 102. So we haven't been on here since January 15th, but a lot of things have happened, which is why I've been gone. And I want to explain what this project is all about. If you've never been here before, this is how we actually clean out our subconscious mind from all negative programming. And you get bombarded with it from everywhere, from teachers and professors and friends, colleagues, neighbors, family. And wow, that's just the beginning. I mean, it just goes on and on. So we remove all of this horribly negative program that surrounds us, cleaned up our energetic field, clearing the way for new experiences, miracles, health breakthroughs, enlightened moments, and chance meetings with incredible people. This is where we're at right now. 2024. So I am Ted Cantu. I'm an author. I was an art director in advertising. I teach spiritual awareness. And I am offering this as a course now, so you can actually make your own breakthroughs. For those who have seen this before, I want to kind of bring you up to speed with what's been happening lately. So, like I said, I'm on day 102. We're going to probably keep this going a bit more just to show some major breakthroughs that happen. And I think after that, we're going to basically kind of trim it down to just a spiritual awareness show that is going to be mostly focused on authors, books, and insight. I still will be offering personal insight on my own self, but we are going to expand. So, welcome to the Miracle Mindshift. Behind me, that's Ann Arbor. I grew up there, and I lived there for many years, Ann Arbor, Michigan. And you're looking at Main Street, which is right downtown. So that is pretty cool. That's our a lot of great bookstores there. If you ever go there, there's my favorite one is Crazy Wisdom, which would be technically I'm facing it. And there's also there's some other new ones too down in Carytown, which I didn't even know existed. It's a brand new ones. So anyway, so it's a great city to explore and look at books and especially on spiritual awareness and that sort of thing. It's a really great place. So anyway, all right, so let's get down to it. Let's welcome the agenda here, which is there's a lot of stuff on here. Let me just tell you about the big stuff that happened because I've been away for a couple of weeks. There's oh boy. So why go through this process of cleaning up your subconscious mind, looking at your problems, looking at yourself through a microscope? What is the point? The point is to clean up disruption and dysfunction in your personal life. You know, I gotta say, I'll cut right to the point that you have three bodies. One is the physical that you see right here in front of you. The other one is the spiritual, which means that we are connected to the universe that gives us life. If you want to call him God, I do, or source, or the universe. It is what creates us. Then you got your electric body, which holds on to all the negative junk in your energetic field. And that's the kind of stuff that we want to get rid of. It's amazing. Three bodies. You know, sometimes when I talk to people on the phone, they have the tendency to talk over me, which is why I do the show. I pre-record everything so you can play it and listen to it and hopefully get some value out of it. That's so important to remember that you got three unique bodies. And these three bodies is the mind, body, and spirit. But too many times we neglect the other two and we only focus on the physical, which is the 1% reality. 99% of reality we never see. It's in the quantum field, it's in the quantum space that's around us. 99% of it. We never access it. Or we just talk to the 1%, which is what we see. And sometimes what you see is what you get. And you repeat the same problems over and over again. Which is why you need to clean out your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind records everything. And it actually plays it back to you like software. And if you got some damaged software, it is going to keep repeating the same habits, the same thought patterns, and it can be destructive. So listen to what I say to you, because it's so important to clean that out. This is why New Year's resolutions don't work. This is why self-help programs and self-help books don't help always, because we're so programmed and conditioned to do the same things over and over again. All right, so what happened to me in the last 15 days? Well, you'd be surprised. First of all, I have a new spiritual coach, which I'm really excited about. And he's been featured on the Sci-Fi channel as well as the History channel. And I've been studying with him all week, and it's been absolutely amazing. Where we're going with this program now is we're going to be helping a lot of people who are stuck in the mud, so to speak, or who have, to quote Andy Partridge from XTC, they have a cosmic flat tire. So we're going to be helping these individuals. But this is great. So I'm working with Jeffrey Seelman from ClearStar, and he is my mentor. And how I met him is a complete miracle all on its own. These are chance meetings. When you are clearing out your junk, your mental garbage, the right people will appear for various reasons. And that is what happened to me, because I didn't plan to go into this route. This is very intense. We're looking at energetic clearing of spaces, houses, property, business buildings, homes, people, pets, even. It's amazing. So this is a whole new level of not just your subconscious mind, which is what I do, but now I'll be actually clearing physical spaces and people. A new dimension. All right, so that's the big news there. The other breakthrough that's been happening is the business ideas that we're coming up with have been expanding considerably. And this is in an age where we're looking at things like BNI, LBN, all the trends with AI, ClickFunnels, and so on. This is a whole different business model, because I decided this year to do a business model based on Kabbalah, which is looking at a very unique property called circuitry. In other words, the electric current that's around us with energy and prosperity is not going to just end with me. I'm going to share the light with as many businesses that are open-minded as possible. And that is what circuitry is all about. I'm going to get into some of that in a little bit, but it made the complete difference of everything. The spotlight doesn't just end on me. I'm actually sharing my light with other people. When you share the light unconditionally, energetically, the universe will open up and shower down upon you insight, light, and blessings. According to Rabbi Berg in the book True Prosperity, I'm actually living it. So there's 18 principles that I'm following through on the business side that is opening up the doors to some incredible people. And it's happening very quickly. Not doing daily ad spend either. I'm taking on as much work as I can by showing people the light. And it's more advantageous. I should say it's also like a flood, like an avalanche of probabilities, possibilities, projects, and connections. Unlimited. This is already a very interesting year. Okay, so I'm going to try to keep it short, and I always say that, but I have a lot to say to you. Because last night I went to the Theosophical Society to go study with a group of people who are very enlightened in Metro Detroit, talking about KrishnaMurti. And he was a very strong, what do you say? He was a yogi. He was part of the Theosophical Society worldwide from India. And he had a presentation called the Ending of Fear. So he spoke for 25 minutes. We have links to his speech in my description down below. So fear is something that we have to live through, but not let it overtake us. Fear is something that every person feels in this lifetime at some form or another. And how do you get around fear? How do you work with it? Krishnamurti spoke about all kinds of avenues of fear. He had the analogy of a tree that has a strong root in the ground with many branches and many leaves. And the fear can overtake you. It could also cripple your vision and destroy your hope. But the thing was, at the very end of the speech, I'll just give a little kind of ruin the ending, I guess, a little bit, but he talked about we must ask ourselves profound questions. Sincere, profound, deep, meaningful questions, and to stay away from superficial questions, which would lead to a superficial life. When you get to the root of the seriousness of why you're here and what you want to achieve here, then you will be an independent man. You will be grounded in a profound sense of truth. And you will have to come to the understanding that you really fear no one and you truly own your independence. He says at the very, very end of the speech, and it just cuts off. And it's amazing to me that during the question and answer period, how many people in our group didn't really quite get it? Because we had an open discussion about how they interpreted the entire video. And we got some really off-the-wall responses. I just wanted to share them with you. So this is what I wrote down. some people say that when they have fear, they like to go out in the country, experience nature, hang out with the trees. When they're lonely, they like to sit by the ocean and watch the waves. It helps them become creative. Okay, hold on, I'm not done. Some like to play with their dogs or take their dogs for a walk. Some like to sit in the grass. Uh, and I don't want to trash these people. They're sweet people. They're there to learn. We're all here to learn. But Krishnamurti didn't say any of those things in the video. He asked us to think about the most profound questions that we could ask ourselves. What takes away fear? Huh. Now, I don't want to get too off the track, but I will tell you, since I have the show platform right here, what works for me is spreading the light, spreading the joy. In other words, doing something for somebody else that really needs help takes away the fear. Because the circuitry, the light, spirit, it doesn't just end with me and I take everything, I collect all my chips from the table, and I am the winner of the game, whatever, the game of life. I do that, and then there's no circuitry. I'm not spreading my awareness. I'm not spreading joy, hope, and encouraging my fellow man. Fear can come if you don't do that. When you accumulate your money, you can actually have fear of people taking it away from you through taxes, competition of clients and business, all kinds of fear. Your spouse could leave and take it all. It happens. How do you stop the fear? Now, I didn't really go into it last night, but for myself, I have found that sharing resources with business people is a great way to open the door. You got to remember, in business, there's that great law that when we share people, we share ourselves in a very valuable way with our prospects. They feel obligated to do business with us. I think it comes back to like something like 51%. It's a pretty significant number. People feel obligated to return a favor. Start using your laws instead of just trying to get down this 1 minute elevator pitch that so many of us do. All right. So, the usual, this comes up a lot. When people say, well, I don't fear the creator. I don't fear God. Why should I fear God? And they laugh about it. You see that a lot in a lot of higher consciousness circles. I personally want to be careful how I address that situation because I don't know everything and I am learning. I am humbled to be learning all these great truths and to have access to so many amazing people and books and resources. Because I remember a time I didn't have any of it. And I was miserable. I was lost. And I was really covered in fear and a lot of other negative emotions. But something is really interesting when you start to understand, to stand in awe of the Creator. And the Bible says it like this: to humble yourself before the Lord, or else you'll be humbled. And it's true. I've seen some people go through some really humiliating experiences that they can't get out of. I don't want to be humbled by the Lord. I want to be respectful to this all-encompassing, never-ending, glorious energy that holds prosperity, health, wealth, truth, and enlightenment. Okay? Because fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. You have to have a starting where you say, well, I don't know it all, but I am willing to learn. And it's really an important thing. Breakthroughs in business and personal relationships will occur. There's no doubt about it. And you can't say, I did it all myself because I'm so amazing. And I knew it was going to work out, because it always does. People like to live like that. I met some. And to me, that scares me. That gives me fear. Anyway, I just want to share these breakthrough moments here with you, and some basic concepts of fear and how to eliminate it. You know, there's a chart in Joe Dispenza's books about the mind, and I think it was like 30% of all things that we fear never come true. There's another 30% that we worry about, stuff that already happened. And there's another part where the actual things that we have to worry about was like 17% out of this big pie chart. Now, the other thought was, what ends racing thoughts in the middle of the night? Things that fear you the most. And a very wise pastor, Jesse Duplantis, said, you can't fight thoughts with thoughts. You'll be up all night. I like to read affirmations when this happens to me. I like to read Proverbs when this happens to me, and speak about the truths of God and what God says about us. That gets really interesting. And your fearful thoughts will stop. Yeah, you can't combat thoughts with thoughts. And you know what's funny? There were some people in my group, my audience, that said you could. Just think positive thoughts. It doesn't work for me. Maybe it worked for some, because we're all different. And I think we all respond to different modalities, either audio or verbal or reading. Some are visual. But honestly, I really do believe that you have to do this vocally to put an end to it and to create a break of sanity from racing thoughts and fear. Okay, those are my quick notes on that. And I'm going to release this video. You want to get a hold of me, you can always do so at tedcantu.com. Also, my phone number is right here. It's 248-277-6141. And you can always find me at my email, which is tedcantu@gmail.com. You can submit questions to me too. You can text them to me on my phone, and we can connect. So these are my thoughts for today on day 102. And I want to thank you for watching the Miracle Mindshift. I'm Ted Cantu. And remember, if I can overcome all my problems in life and fears, you can too. Until next time, so long. And thanks for watching.